Welcome back to Get Gorgeous. This is my entry video for the challenge Drop Dead Gorgeous for Face Awards India. I am so excited to share this entire look with all you guys. It has been inspired by Day of the Dead Festival. Yes, this was actually a challenge for me. I really wanted to create something out of my comfort zone. All my looks are more on gorgeous side rather than, you know, scary or deadly side, but this one is like mixture of both. And I really love the way it has turned out. I was very excited for this video because I'm wearing my wedding gown. So yeah, if you love this look, if you enjoyed this video, and if you like what I've created, please do not forget to vote for me. I would need your votes every single day and help me win this competition. I would mention all the details in the description box below. So yes, until next time, stay happy, stay gorgeous. Let's get started, guys. So first we'll make our props. So here I'm using that metal wing that you would see as a reference for my wings, and I also made those small blocks in the center, and I'm using a blade to cut all of that out, and I made 4 of these. And here I'm going to sketch a little piece for my chest piece as well that you would see later on. So I made like 2 of these. You want to be a little careful with this could be a little tricky while cutting. So yes, that's our cutout work done. Now for the base of my crown, I used that hat base, and I stuck the wings after marking it with a glue. So you want to be very generous using the glue. And on top I bent the wing so that it has a better holding, and again stuck it with glue, and wherever the space is empty I used more glue for more firmness. And I had this big black flower and 2 small flowers, so I stuck them right in the center, the bigger one, and 2 small ones on the side, and then used this net and made a flower like so and placed it in the center. Now this all I painted sprayed black, and this is how it's going to look. Then I had this bracelet, so I'm going to use the skulls and these butterflies which I had, the metal butterflies, to decorate my crown. So each flower would have 1 skull and a butterfly. And then moving on to decorating my wings, I used this gold chain and fixed it like that on the wings, to give like more pretty sort of a look. And I wanted my wing to be a little 3D and sparkly as I move my face, so I'm using this gold glitter transparent nail paint and applying right at the edges on all the 4 wings. Then on the sides I used these metal rings which I sprayed very roughly with black paint so that they look a little rustic, and 4 of them goes on each side, and that's our crown ready. So now for the belt, I had a Swarovski belt on my gown which I wanted to hide and make it more scary, so I'm going to use this black woolen cloth on a cardboard sheet like this and create a belt, and a bigger flower and a smaller flower like this, and more butterflies and the skulls. So yeah, that's our belt ready. Also painted these nails. And then for the chest piece, I mapped out the shape that I wanted, and then I fixed a metal wire like this in between the 2 sheets so that I can bend it the way I want. And then for giving it a more coppery rustic look, I painted it black and then went on painting it gold. So this is how it's going to look, and the 2 pieces that we made, I'm going to stick them together, which would go right in the center, and some crystals as well. So moving on to makeup, I already glued my brow, and here I'm going to set them with a powder, and I'm color correcting my dark circles, pigmentation, and also the brows. And as a good luck, I dropped my foundation all over my clothes and my face, and it was a mess. So I used the Total Control Drop Foundation in the lightest shade, and I messed it again. Applied a thin layer as a base for my white body paint to go on, and I applied that all over my face, including my ears, hairline, everywhere. And this is how it's going to look after 2 applications. And then I used the finishing powder from NYKAA Cosmetics to set all of that. Now I wanted the top half of my face to be a little shiny and metallic sort of a thing, so I used this highlighter all over my face and a little bit on my chin. And now here I'm using the jumbo pencil in black to sculpt out the hollows of my cheeks and my temples, and I'm going to use a small pencil brush to smudge it, blend it, whatever you like to call it. Then using this palette, the Oven Pop palette, I'm going to use the grey shade to blend it further and create a grey tint. And here I'm going to switch in between the black shadow, the grey and the pencil to create shade and light on the face, as you would see, like that. And I'm also going to use the black shade on my jawline, on my ears, like this. And here I'm using the white body paint to create light and make it look more 3D. And then for forehead, I wanted a centerpiece of flower right there, so I'm going to use this net piece as a guideline and very roughly just use a black shadow to map that down. And then I'm going to give more finishing touches with the black liner, so I'm going to create more precise lines with that. And then using a silver line, I'm going to create a second line, like a double line over the black one. So I'm sure you guys cannot see that, but yeah, I guess I would bring you guys close later on. So here I moved on to skipped on to my nose, contouring my nose. So again, the same technique, I'm going to use the same black and gray eyeshadows to sculpt the nose out, like really snatch it. Don't be afraid to use your fingers to blend it and smudge it. So yes, once that is done, moving on to lips. One half of my lip is going to be butterfly wing, that I'm mapping it down using a white pencil, just so that if I need to rub it, it's more easy to do so, because then my base is not getting messed. And once I was happy with the shape and design of it, I'm going to just fair it using a white body paint, and then further darken it up using a black gel liner from NYKAA Cosmetics. So you don't have to be really precise with this right now, because we are going to outline that later on. And once that was done, I used the full throttle shadow stick in I'll leave all the details, the name of the products down in the description box below, so check that out. So yeah, I'm going to just fill all of those designs and patterns that we made in the center with the yellow shadow stick, and the remaining areas which are not filled with yellow, I'm going to fill them in with gold, like so. And then moving on to outlining the edges, which I did and it did not record, I'm sorry for that. So here I'm just using a white body paint and black gel liner on and off, yeah, like just to create shadow and light and give it more 3D sort of a look. So yes, that's like pretty much self-explanatory. You guys can see what am I doing. So I'm going to bring you guys up close so that you guys can see it more clearly, like this. So yes, so that is pretty much it with the butterfly, like the half of our lip. And then I'm going to fill the inner designs with a little more gold glitter, so that it's like more 3D. And I also filled in the other half of the lip with gold body paint, and here I'm going to start mapping my skeleton teeth. So I'm using the white body paint to mark those teeth like this. And the only trick is like just be very light-handed and go with the flow. Don't be very scared of creating those strokes. And then I'm going to shade it with the black gel liner, and here I'm also creating a little body of the butterfly right there. And yeah, I also created small tiny veins coming out of the gums like this, just to give a more realistic look. And moving on to the flower on the forehead, I'm going to create these white strokes, and then using a silver silver liquid liner, and I'm going to just create the small dots and join them to so that it's more easy for me to create another flower right there, as you would see. And then doubling the line up with a gold liner. This is like just giving more jewel sort of a look right on the forehead. And using the shadow stick in Dangerously, I'm going to create another flower with the same kind of strokes. This is such a wonderful way to make a flower. It was so neat and precise. And then right in the center I painted it gold, and here I'm giving more detailing with a black gel liner and white liner, as you would see. So moving on to eyes, I'm going to use the jumbo pencil in black and just randomly apply it all over my eyelids and under my eyes, and start blending it. Again, using the same shades, I'm going to, from the Urban Pop palette, I'm going to blend that in. And I didn't want this to be a normal regular sugar skull kind of a look, so I elongated the eye rather than keeping it round and hollow. And yes, you guys can see I'm just darkening up the edges where I feel I want to. And as I said, I'm elongating the eyes rather than keeping it round. And also created that hollow sort of a look right in the inner corners. So again, I filmed the neck piece, which the card didn't record, so I rubbed it and I did it all over again. So I'm just going to follow the natural structure of my bones on the neck and create that skeleton look. And I'm going to paint all of that with a white body paint first, and that jewel piece with a gold paint, and then using the white shade from the Oven Pop palette, I'm going to fix all of that in place. And then I'm going to use the black gel liner to create hollows in between the bones. So yes, you don't have to be very precise with this at this moment, because we are going to smudge all of that out, which you would see in a while. So yes, that's totally fine if it's a little messed up, but then yeah. So I'm going to switch in between these two shades, black and white, to create shade and light on the neck like this. So as I said, don't be afraid to use your fingers to blend and smudge all of those lines. I feel using finger is such a wonderful way to smudge that out beautifully, as you would see. And then I'm going to use white body paint in between these lines, and yeah, this is just going to give like a rib, but not exactly a rib, but just like a a skeleton kind of a structure right there. And also created these collar bones, and I'm shading them. And then I applied black body paint all over my neck and chest, and as if it's blending into the skeleton, as you would see. So yes, then I applied the black shadow to set all of that in place. And since I didn't want it to be very flat, I'm going to apply a metallic black shadow. And then I painted my entire arms all up to the fingers with white body paint, and then finishing the eye look with a really exaggerated gold glitter winged liner. And I also applied a little black shadow underneath. Now these small details do make a lot of difference. So here I'm tide lining my upper and lower waterline with the gel liner, and using that yellow shade, I'm going to highlight all these areas on my face, at the same time bring some color, keeping my look very elegant. I didn't want to bring too much colors, so yes, yet making it very attractive. So here I'm applying a false lash underneath my lower lash line, and then I finished the look with embellishing it with these small metallic pieces, which really went with my look. And here I'm creating some veins on my under my eyes and on my cheeks and on the butterfly area, also on my arms and my chest, and yes, some more detailing on the skeleton structure and the jewel piece to bring it out and make it look like more 3D. So yes, that's pretty much it. And I did go ahead and applied some lashes, which I didn't have it in gold, so I applied glitter gold liner all over the lashes, and finishing it off with the wing, the metallic wing that we took inspiration from. And that's the final look, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do not forget to vote. Love you all. Bye.